Players feel like they are coming to do Nigeria a favor, and I wouldn't blame them. Why? Because Nigeria is the cause. When you are coming to play for your country, you are spending your own money. Why will you take national team serious?
Going to the Nations Cup, I think there are some things that need to be put in place to ensure optimal performance.
This Nations Cup, Nigeria must win it, otherwise they didn't achieve anything.
Welcome back to EVO Sports. We're going to talk about the upcoming African Cup of Nations. We have about 6 groups. We have Group A, Group B, Group C, Group D, Group E, and Group F. For now, we are going to concentrate most in Group B and in Group C. But first of all, we are going to talk about Nigerian Super Eagles. How are they going to fare in this Group C that they are? Who do you think will qualify in that group?
Yeah, thank you for having me once again.
You are welcome.
We'll talk about Super Eagles. So before we arrive at that group, because we're still going to have a lot of issues if we didn't tackle our own problems. You know, Nigeria recently eliminated from the World Cup qualifier playoff. And then if we are in a good country or we have good government, by now I'm supposed to be hearing that the NFF or the sport minister have resigned from their offices because failing the country, failing the nation like Nigeria 2 times.
2 consecutive occasions.
There's no World Cup. I think there's nothing you should be doing in that office. Whether the fault is from you or it's not from you, by now you should have thrown in the towel already. But of course, we just seen some apologies on the internet by the NFF, knowing fully well that they contributed to the reason why we did not qualify for the World Cup. But now, coming to Nations Cup, this is in fact, even if Nigeria wins the Nations Cup, I'm not sure that it's still enough to redeem the image that have been tarnished already on the world stage, but it can be a good beginning for Nigerian football. But then, if they continue with this attitude, I'm not sure if Nigeria can still come even to qualify from the group stage, because now African football has so much developed that I think it's only Nigeria and a few countries are still lacking behind. But other African countries, they now have players playing in overseas. They have players in Europe now. They have players even in the league. Their league are just growing bigger and bigger. And by so doing that, you are getting more mature players. You are getting more intelligent players as well. Because the football development in other African countries is becoming massive. So you can't there's no more underdogs anyhow. Like even the underdogs now, if you as the big dogs don't sit well on the field of play, they are going to attack you. Now, we'll talk about the Nations Cup. I have a breakdown of the prize money first, because before Patrick Motsepe came in, you know, a lot of things were a bit low. But now, since Patrick Motsepe came into CAF office, you know, yes, he has really done well since 2021 to date. You know, CAF money have risen over 55%. I will talk about currently now. We have the prize money is about $7 million.
How much was it before? Do you have an idea?
Before it was less than $5 million, but after Patrick Motsepe came in 2021, the winner rose to $5 million. Then after I think the last Nations Cup winner got about $5 million or thereabout. Now they have increased it to $7 million. No, in Egypt, I think in Egypt also. No, the last Nations Cup before this one
was in Cote d'Ivoire.
Was in Cote d'Ivoire, right? Yes. So, but now the money has been increased to $7 million. Then the runners-up is taking home $4 million. Then the semi-finals, each team will take home $2.5 million. Then the quarterfinalists will get $1.3 million, which is not bad, you know, for African team, at least after logistic, after expenses, you know, and then it's going to be a good one. So, money will motivate teams to prepare very, very well to inject enough money into preparation, knowing fully well that what they are competing for is very, very huge. Now, coming to the focus of Super Eagles, if some of these things I'm going to mention now are not put in place, Nigeria will not go anywhere. Even if they manage to qualify out of individual brilliance, they might still get knocked out at the second round. Now, NFF need to address the issue of payment of bonuses. And then if you don't address that issue, it's going to be a very big challenge, because outstanding bills must be paid and cleared. Now, the coach, should he be sacked or not? I feel he should still remain, because Nations Cup is already at the corner. And then we don't really have much time to bring in new coach to begin to experiment. One of the things that is helping other countries like South Africa and others is because they still maintain their coach, and maintaining their coach, gives you longevity in terms of your plan, your pattern, knowing fully well that, okay, I have done mistake, or I made mistake yesterday, I'm going to correct that mistake now. But bringing in new coach again can we make Nigeria to start afraid that Nations Cup will still look like an experimental tournament for us, instead of going there to win or to even play in the final, because anything short of semi-final for Super Eagles is a no for me at this stage now, where our football has been tampered with already. Now you talk about players' attitude. This attitude of when you invite players, if you fix a camp 15th of December, you see boys coming into the camp maybe 2-3 days before the Nations Cup, before the first match. Big boys attitude. That kind of attitude must be eliminated. And where those kind of attitude start from, it starts from the NFF officials. Why? Because when there's over familiarity, when you are not doing the right thing, when you are not paying people that are working for you very well, those boys can easily feel, the way they feel, they don't see you as you are like you are their boss. You don't have right to talk to them anyhow. Because can you talk to Simen or Lukman or Ekon that why did you arrive camp when even the one they have been arriving, you have not even paid? So definitely this thing has already brought in indiscipline in our national team. So now it's as if players, before, our players used to feel like, if you don't invite me, I'm missing so much. No matter where you are, that patriotism is. But now, players feel like they are coming to do Nigeria a favor. And I wouldn't blame them. Why? Because Nigeria is the cause. When you are coming to play for your country, you are spending your own money. You come into the country already. You spend your own money to even take care of yourself, to make sure that you are fine. Then why will you take national team serious? So this challenge is now is going to be a very big problem for Nigeria, because every other team in Africa, they will report to camp on time. They will start, their camp facilities will be 100% okay. Hotel where they will learn everything. They will give them European standard in everything they are doing. But Nigeria will start to story the hotel. They might lodge them in a camp where some students are schooling, or so they might go or close to the market, so that if they want to buy biscuit or something, they can stroll easily. That is what they were explaining to you. That's why they lodge them in that place where mosquito will bite them, and before you know it, tomorrow morning it will be buying drugs to take care of himself before man. All this attitude, first of all, must start. Now, in terms of some players, there are some players that are not even supposed to be in that team. First of all, if you check the attitude of these boys now, as it stands like this now, the coaches are inviting players based on name, based on record, based on reputation. But when you are talking about squad, a team that you want to use to win tournament, you are not supposed to bring players based on reputation, because if it comes to reputation, that means there are many players that have retired today that are supposed to still be playing or be getting clubs. But right now, the Super Eagles is in a mess that we have a lot of players. We have players like Dele Bashiru, although he was injured before, but I believe he's going to be a very big addition to this, because in that midfield we lack person like Dele Bashiru. Now, players like Iwobi in this national team should be drafted. When you are a coach and you are watching these players in Europe, I feel like
their league.
You watch the way they play, you watch the way those coaches, those white coaches have been bringing out the best from this player. But when they come to national team, you turn your deaf eyes or your deaf ears to the information that you see online. These guys, the way they perform, the way they bring out their best. Why don't you sit with them? Because coaching alone is not even on the pitch. As far as I'm concerned, I know football to the extent that you are not just coaching players on the pitch. Sometimes when your boys are not giving you results, you can call them one-on-one. Mourinho always do that. He can call you. Yes, that's man management. You bring them to the desk. You discuss with them. What is the issue? The position I'm playing you, is it good or not? If you're not okay with that position, where can you perform best? The player can tell you that coach. Even though you are the coach, but sometimes you can listen to these guys and know what is the issue and know why they are not giving you the best, or the way they are playing in their cluster, why they are not playing like that. Now, secondly, Wilfred in that our national team, I'm not saying they should drop him totally. Fine, is the skipper now if Ekon retire, but definitely in that midfield, if a person like Onyedikashi will not be given that chance in that midfield to play, I'm not sure that Nigeria can control the midfield, because if you check our record, check our statistics in the past 2-3 years, all the top African countries we have been playing again, we have not been able to possess ball fully. I've never seen a time where Nigeria is playing any man, even against Zimbabwe, against Lesotho, where you not hold your hand on your chest, because you at some certain time in that match, you will see them outplaying Super Eagles, even wanting to score us some kind of useless goal. You'll be wondering, we have never had control over any game that we have played, which is very, very poor for Nigeria. So all these criteria now coming into this Nations Cup. If Nigeria does not address this attitude, I'm not sure that we can fight, because if you talk talk about Tanzania in that group now. Tunisia now, they qualify straight in
Without
fact,
losing any match.
without losing any match. They didn't even concede a goal in their World Cup qualifier. So I'm not sure if Nigeria, and if by so doing that, if we come second in that group, that means we might go and meet a tougher team in the second round. And now the teams are more bigger than before. So definitely you getting to final is a tougher journey for you. So at this point in time, Super Eagles need to sit up. Otherwise, they might not even qualify from that group stage.
Okay, Albert, let me hear your opinion. In the countdown to the Nations Cup, Nigeria is in Group C with Tunisia, Uganda, and Tanzania. Who do you think will come out on top in this group?
There's a word that says no success can compensate for failure. Okay. And Super Eagles of Nigeria has failed to qualify for the World Cup for the second consecutive time, which has still bore a hole of pain into the heart of the fans, yes, Nigerians and football followers throughout the world. But now we're about to enter into the Nations Cup final, in which I feel if Super Eagles go ahead to win the tournament, it can actually be a source of a solace to people. You understand, considering the fact that they have gone through pain, expecting that Super Eagles are going to complain. But going to the Nations Cup, I think there are some things that need to be put in place to ensure optimal performance within the players and the coaching crew. First, I highlighted some things here. First is the NFF involvement. I think the NFF have virtually all the role to play administratively. So the effective and efficient function of the NFF will go a long way in enabling the Super Eagles perform at its optimal. Just like the human resource of an organization, which gives a medium for the staffs to have enabling working environments. Are you getting it? So the early campaign, the reimbursement, their welfare packages, and everything that is required should be given to them early. The hotel, the camping, the time they will call for camping should be earlier, so that they will start preparing in time. Not the same fire brigade approach. 4 or 5 days to the tournament, they will now call them. So we come maybe like 2 or a day before the tournament. It actually plays a role in causing a division in the team. Secondly is who to invite. Now, the coach, Eric Chell, have seen the lapses. At least if he has handled Super Eagles, yes, he has seen the lapses. He has tested most of these players and see how they perform individually and how their individual performance can actually influence the team. So who to invite now? Though he is the coach, he knows who to invite. But looking from afar, the football-loving fans, because you need to, as a coach, sometimes you need to open your ears and listen to what people are saying. It's not that you take what everybody are saying, but from what people are saying, you can actually pick out 1 or 2 things. If you're looking in the striking position, especially in the attacking position, if you're looking from the flank play, if you're looking from the midfield, the defense line, and the goalkeeping area, who are you supposed to rejig? Are you getting it? Yeah. There are so many Nigerians playing their trade out there. Who are you to invite? As a coach, he knows the players, he has played them, he has tested them, he knows their performance, and he knows who and who among these players can actually have an impact in the team. Because I always say it over time that it doesn't require being on the bench, but what is your impact when you are being substituted into the team? What can you do? Are you getting it? So that aspect again will play a very big role. Who to invite in the team, considering the fact that it's just about 20 days or 19 days to go to the tournament.
It's about a month.
About a month, yes, about a month to go. So you need to know who to invite to the team. My third point here is home-based players. After Stephen Kechi won the Nations Cup in 2013, I think Stephen Kechi actually made a landmark. In 2013, we had about 8 to 9 home-based players. The Obabuna, Azubike Gwekwe, Ozenyi, the Mbaz, and all of them. He went ahead. Don't forget, when he invited these players, he was so criticized from different fronts. That why is he inviting home-based players? But he so believed in the qualities of these players. So these players, he complemented with the European players, and they went ahead to win the Nations Cup. So is home-based players still important in this Super Eagles team? I said yeah, I will say yes, because you cannot have 20 teams in the Nigerian professional football league and not have even 5 players to invite. It's so dismal. I don't understand why it's like that. So I feel it's high time, if not now, he should start considering that from this time henceforth, he should start inviting at most 5 players from the home base. Let them integrate into the Super Eagles side because it will give a flair of African football. You know, those guys that play home base, they know the rigors of the game.
Yeah,
African football is quite different.
Football.
Yes, to European football. So if they play African football, and we so believe in a team in Nigeria, we have about 23 players. 23 players times 20 teams is more than 200 players. So among these 200 players in Nigerian league, you can't even invite 2 or 3, 4, 5 players. It's not right. I think it should look inversely and ensure that it start inviting one of the best or the best among the best in Nigerian league to at least galvanize the Super Eagles team. So another point again is the coach himself. Should he be left at the helms of affairs of the Super Eagles?
Yeah, it should be.
I'll say he should be there. You see, one of the issues we have been facing, General Ross stayed there for about almost 5 years, I guess. Eric Chell has shown some prospect. He has shown some prospect from his tactical approach. See, there's no human being that is perfect. Even though you bring Jose Mourinho in that team today, you bring Ancelotti, you bring Capello. Some people from other fronts will still criticize his game. Yes, because African football is quite different. So I think Eric Chell have shown some glimpse. He should be left in that super at the ends of affair for like 4 5 years. Let's see what he has to offer. So another aspect again I'm looking at is, I said it the last time, the supporters club. You see, supporters club goes a long way in boosting the morale, the adrenaline of the football players on the pitch. I tell you the truth, and I keep telling anybody who want to fact check what I'm saying. If you go to the pitch to watch Super Eagles game, when they are blown that trumpet for like 15, 20 minutes, they fizzle out. Blowing that trumpet, I keep saying it, maybe they are not well reimbursed. Those people are not.
I want you to describe that the word. Is it that they are hungry or what?
Perhaps they are hungry. Perhaps they are hungry because I know that those guys are not well reimbursed. I know very well. No, you know, I used to be in the setting now. Mm-hmm. Sometimes when they want to travel, this is one of the politics that happen in Nigeria Supporters Club. An outsider that is not member of the club that can't even sing for like 20 minutes.
Once they pay money, they
will pay money. They will add them. Yes, they will add them among the football supporter club. They will travel. When they get to where they are traveling to, they run away. So you will just have some set of people putting on Super Eagles jersey, coming to mix up with the supporters club. They won't sing. You just see the trumpeters. Some trumpeters are blowing their trumpet for like 15, 20, 25 minutes. They will get tired. The next thing, that big drum, you see, they'll just eat it for like 15, 20 minutes and it's in. Why other countries, their supporters club are singing at the top of their voice? That's why I say, even the last match we played against DR Congo. You see their players coming to their fans, tell them, sing up. They will be roaring. But no player in Nigeria, Super Eagles player that are playing, will come to the supporters club and be telling them, keeping our morale up. It doesn't happen. So we need to work on the supporters club. Vincent Akamugba led fraction and Rafiu Ladipo led fraction. They should look for a way to come together and work holistically, work as one supporters club so that they can build the crowd, provide everything that is required for them to come out and give optimal support for the Super Eagles to perform at their best. Another point again is the payment of bonuses before game. Every time the Super Eagles have a match, if the match is crucial, NFF will come out and say, we'll pay you your bonuses, the one that's being owed, and we'll pay you ahead of the one. Why are they owing them bonuses? Let them pay their bonuses before time. It's part of the morale boosting.
Yes.
So to whom much is given, much is expected. So if I pay your bonus before time, you see the players that will come out.
Motivated.
Yeah, they will be motivated. And don't forget, there's another thing in Sporting Live yesterday. One of the headlines Sporting Live that Trust Econ considers retirement before Nations Cup. Now there's some other information making the round that because he spearheaded the training boycott against he revolted. Now they've singled him out. Yeah, singled him out, placed him as a black sheep. It's not supposed to be so. And Super Eagles player, they should ensure if somebody fights for the benefits of everybody in the team, everybody should come out and sing in one voice and support in one voice. Now, if Trust Ekong want to retire because of he led the squad as the skipper of the team, it's supposed to be so. And they are singling him out for a particular blame. The whole team is supposed to come out. If Osimhen did that, they won't come after Osimhen because he's the most flourishing Super Eagles player. So I think if all these facts, all these point identified are put in place. Ekong should not retire because NFF are singling him out. He should retire because he feels his body cannot
no longer move,
no longer move again at that level again. So I think if the NFF work really hard and put all these factors in place, Super Eagles will go far, because that group, I don't see it as anything. Even in the order they come, Nigeria, Tunisia, Tanzania, Uganda, I feel that is how they are going to qualify. This group is not supposed to be an issue for Super Eagles.
Okay, you made your point. But I think Nigeria, we don't have a league, so I don't think they can draft any home-based player to that team for now. And again, if Ekong is considering retiring from the Super Eagles, I think Wilfred Ndidi should consider retiring as well, because he doesn't have any business there. Wilfred Ndidi is a bunch of mess. But I will reserve that for another top time. And Chima, do you still have any other thing to say?
Yes.
In regards to this?
Yes. Firstly, I concur with what you said about the home base. Because before you can draft in players from home base, you must have a very good league. And then the league that the coaches don't even have access to watch. How can they get good players? Eric Chair can be in his office now, watching Champions League, watching Iwobi who in the EPL, watching Osimhen in Galatasaray. You can easily tell. You and I can easily tell the pattern that Galatasaray are using, the pattern of your player. But now you cannot sit in your office to watch the Nigerian league. So now sending players. So now any Nigerian player or any Nigerian league player that you want to bring in, that means it's based on recommendation. And then if you bring them based on recommendation, they might not be the kind of player that you want. Because definitely if you are inviting some player, it must suit your style of play.
Thank you.